Gosh, I would love to show you guys like fun stuff, but no, that's all this. Listen, I love that stuff. That's good stuff too. Hey, a Tony's good, a Chris is good. Here's the problem. They're instant gratification. You guys think you've won the state because you have that move, and then you keep that move and you don't develop your other skills, and then the higher you go, the more that move dries up, and it's less common that you actually take a guy down with that. You can kill guys right now with those moves. You'll kill them. You'll win Tulsa, all that stuff. Doesn't matter. The goal isn't win Tulsa. My goal for you is to come back today and say, you know what? I won 4 state titles in high school. I won a Big Ten title. All right? It's not win Tulsa. All right? That's all good stuff. I like it. You know what? I want you guys to win the Big Ten, Big 12. Those things. That's the goal. All right? So I want to give you the real stuff. The real stuff. All right? Scoot back. Scoot back. Listen, any coach can go in there and show a fancy thing that makes you feel great for a second.
Hey, bud.
Right? I want to give you stuff that wins for a lifetime.
Hey, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
I need more space for this one. I really do. You guys give me like 5 screws this way. Give me like 5 screws. All right. We're going to do a situation here. It's not an actual move. It's a situation, and here's what happens. I hit a double leg. I hit a good double leg. I get on my double leg, and my partner locks on my waist. And I watched one match live wrestling this morning, and I saw, guys, this happen this morning, okay? I hit a double leg of my partner, and he locks on my waist. Now, here's the situation, right? I can't get to my feet, and what happens is this guy's weight's starting to go this direction. It could have been I hit a blast double. We showed one double leg. I showed you a double leg, drive up, and then circle back to this. We do a blast double sometimes. Blast double drives the ball driving straight back. The reason we don't show that again is that's really dependent a lot on athletic ability. On you just drive through your opponent. I never like to base our technique on that. Now, he locks on my waist. Here's what happens. This guy wants to flip me over, and I'll show you what he does. He wants to take my hips to the same side of my head. Go ahead, Tanner. He flips me over to here. Now, he squares his hips to the mat. We end up right here. And I see this all the time. Not just at your level, at the middle school and youth level, but at the high school level and beyond. We hit a double leg. We're in deep. This guy can't sprawl. He can't get our head down. So his only option left is lock on our waist and try to flip us over. I'm going to beat this guy in this situation by simply running my hips to the opposite side of my head. And this is something that has to be reactionary. Anytime this guy's going backwards, anytime he's falling to his butt, I'm going to run my hips to the opposite side of my head, keeping myself in control. I hit a double. He locks on my waist. Now he's going to try to flip me over. As he does, I simply run. Notice, I keep my hips to the opposite side of my head. I keep my head above him, and I landed specifically with my right hip down. My right hip is down. All right? I have to land with my right hip down. Here's why. If I don't land with my right hip down, what happens is I make myself vulnerable to what we call a funk roll. What you guys would do instead of having your right hip down is you would be on your right knee. If I come to my right knee, Tanner unlocks my waist, locks my leg, rolls underneath me up here. I don't want this to happen. I don't want to give up this takedown just because I brought my knee to the mat. I'm going to keep my right hip down. All right? Although it seems counter to what a lot of things you hear in wrestling, I want to keep my right hip down. I hit a double leg. He locks on my waist, tries to flip me over. I run. I run my hips to the opposite side of my head. Notice, I run my hips to the opposite side of my head. From this position, I have not scored a takedown yet. Now, I'm going to score a takedown by controlling his hips, and we do that by stepping over his legs. Now, the most important leg here in this situation is his bottom leg. His bottom leg is his left leg. However, in this situation, my hands have locked on a double. I'll most likely hook both. If I was in a circumstance where I could only get one, the one I would have to get, I must get, is the bottom leg that controls his hips. From here, I'm going to run towards his feet. I'm going to simply step over and I hook. Now, when I hook, he's still locked on my waist. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hips in, make my body nice and long, and work up for my takedown. From here to here, make my body nice and long, I work up for my takedown. It's a very basic skill, something you have to have, all right, in wrestling. I shoot a double leg. He locks, tries to put me over, I run. My hips are on the opposite side of my head. I did not get flipped over. I did not let him take my hips to the same side of my head. Now, I'm going to run towards his feet. I run towards his feet, I step over, I hook. Now, I bring my hips in, I make my body nice and long. Notice I haven't come up to my knee yet where he can scramble. I work up into him, and I score. At no time did I do this. Go right back to this position here. I didn't do this. I did not drive into it like this. Notice I put my knee in that. Now I'm susceptible to that bunker. I don't want that. I want to keep my right hip down. From here, I keep my hip down. I run towards his feet. I step over, I hook. I bring my hips in. I look for my takedown, and I score. Partner, here's what I need you to do. Defensive guy, you're going to lock around his waist. I'm going to lock around Tanner's waist. I'm going to try to flip him over. When I try to flip him over, he's going to counter. I run this direction. I'm not going to give up yet. I'm not going to lay flat on my back. I'm still going to stay locked around his waist. I try to flip him over. He counters. Notice, I end up on my side. I'm still locked on his waist. He's going to run towards my feet. He goes towards my feet. He stays over. He hooks. Works up for his 2. Very basic skill. Controlling his hips. I want you to run your hips to the opposite side of your head. Then you're going to hook his leg, bring your hips in, and score. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.